Hi people, it's Amy Bennett, and I just wanted to talk real quick about something that's been bothering me so much. Toxic people, and getting rid of them, and how to get rid of them, and why to get rid of them. And honestly, it really stems down to one person in particular, because I've been going through the process of trying to kind of distance myself from somebody who's just absolutely proving themselves to be the worst and being a really toxic human in my life. And I'm sure everybody knows at least one person that they're like, God, why do you not just go away? And it's hard when you especially have a long history, like a life history with this person. And the person in my life, maybe one of the few that's definitely not very good for me, basically, mentally, health-wise, probably. I definitely have a long history with, and it's long enough to really know the person as well. And that's definitely helped me come to the conclusion of why I need to continue to outgrow the person and just break it off. Some people who I know would be completely comfortable with the whole confrontation aspect and being like, you know what, we need to go for coffee and we need to go sit down and talk about you and why you this, that, and the third, and why I'm not doing it anymore. And you know what? That is just not my style. I'm kind of a sensitive person, and I take a lot of things to heart, and I'm not the kind of person who can just sit down and be like, yo, listen. I can do that better to myself and the mirror than I can to anyone else. And even then, I don't listen to myself all the time, so that should tell you something. But it's basically gotten to this situation with me where this person has gone one direction in life and I have gone another. So the process of growing apart has already kind of started to happen on its own. And then I started to really take note of things that this person was saying that were basically cruel. Like basically what people will do sometimes, and what this person definitely does, is make little biting comments, little nips to try and get under my skin. I know there's a lot of people who do this because they want kind of like a power over the other person. And maybe it comes from a place of jealousy, some sort of insecurity. That's usually what it is. Insecurities bring out the worst in people, especially women. I can say that as a woman because I am one, so I can speak for that aspect of witnessing other women, including myself. I am nowhere near perfect. Having something about me that makes me uncomfortable and then saying something icky toward another person, primarily women. And I know this person is doing exactly that to me, and I find that to be something I don't need. I think that's just unhealthy. It's also cruel. I don't need that. Nobody needs that in their life. And I'm old enough now to realize that instead of, having some sort of sit-down confrontation, or if it were high school, in my time in the 90s, before there were cell phones, it would be telling 1 to 3 close people, and then those people would tell another 15, and then maybe all 300 people in the class would know by the end of the day. Instead of that whole game, it's a matter of slowly breaking away and distancing oneself. And I think that for me, and just the sensitive type of person that I am, is probably the most likely way and the easiest way for me to make a clean break. In other words, it doesn't have to be like snap, bye Felicia. It can be kind of a slow, oh, it's bending, it's breaking, and it's not attached and we're just not friends anymore. Like, that's okay. I think that's the way that works best for me. And the other thing that really drove the point home is, I talked to some of my people who are absolutely the most trustworthy, the best. They're my lifers. They will be there till the end. And I asked them straight up about this person, like, hey, do you think so-and-so is somebody worth having in my life? And it was pretty telling when all of them said, no, get away from this person. This person is bad for you. This is a crappy human being. And it kind of made me go, wow, I think I've been right this whole time about what I've been hearing this person say to me, hearing what they've said to completely vulnerable human beings who have nothing to do with them, but, they make those biting comments in different directions because, again, of something that they're insecure about. And I'm hearing this cruel nature come out of them. I know their life history. I know that I have been an ear. I have been both ears. I've been many ears to this person over and over. I have offered up myself in so many ways to help them, even just from listening, different things I could do. I've done that thing where you kind of give like roundabout advice, like, hey, what if you blah 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 blah? Or does it make you feel this way when, you know, not playing therapist, but trying to get them to think in a certain way where they maybe see the error of their ways, and I just think it's falling on deaf ears. And I'm realizing that I just need to do what people do in a situation where they need to let go and they outgrow people. It makes sense that one person going this way in life and another going this way doesn't necessarily happen on purpose. Sometimes it happens just because it needs to happen, and those people are not meant to stay in each other's lives forever. And now it just needs to stop. It just needs to end. There's no reason to keep something going just for the sake of keeping it going. And that's kind of what it feels like even when I'm with this person. That it's just going through the motions of acting as a friend, where there's this whole big bubble of what needs to be said kind of like looming over. Like, oh my God, all of these things that I can say to you right now about the shit you say to me and other people. And I don't think that's a friendship. That's not a healthy person. And I know for a fact, after meeting so many wonderful people in recent years, truly honest, authentic people, that toxic people are worthless to a person. They're worthless. They don't have the self-worth necessary to give anybody else worth in their friendship. They don't have anything to offer besides their own insecurities. And I am not in the business of carrying around somebody else's insecurities. Oh my God, carry your own. I don't want to carry my bag, let alone a bag of your shit. You know, your mental shit. So, maybe this is just a rant over trying to realize what it's worth having healthy, happy, authentic people to build a friendship with in life. People that build each other up and are happy for each other, not people who tear each other down and make little tiny nippy comments to get under another person's skin. And if they're nasty, they're not worth keeping around. You've got to be with positive people. And as hard as it can be, at least for somebody like me who is actually pretty damn sentimental, to let somebody go, it's probably going to be the most cathartic, healthy thing I can do for myself and my friendships. So, surround yourself with the good people, positive people, you know? What I also realize is getting rid of a crappy human makes space for somebody totally awesome to come into life and be like, hey, I'm a really good friend. So, you know, surround yourself with good people. Getting rid of people isn't the end of the world. It doesn't have to be a giant confrontation. It can be just a distancing that takes place over time and lets you breathe again. Just let the person go. It's okay. So, if you want to see more of my face talking to you, then you can subscribe, and I would love you forever. And you can also leave me some comments about what you think about the whole thing or situations you've gone through too. So, thank you for listening. You're awesome. Stay positive.